Well, here back local, tragedy hit Central Texas after Midway alum and Tarleton coach Marc Martinez died in a car accident in Stephenville. 6 News reporter Nicole Sharon is live in studio tonight to tell us more about his lasting legacy. Nicole, this has just been a horrible situation, but we want to remember him.
Absolutely, Chris. Marc Martinez was a star linebacker and running back for the Midway Panthers, who then played for Tarleton State, racking up 235 tackles during his time with the Texans. After hanging up his pads, he still repped the purple, but this time on the sideline. And with dreams and aspirations to eventually coach at the highest level, one tragic day changed everything.
That he was probably the best football player I've ever coached. He could play all 22 positions. There wasn't anything he couldn't do.
Marc Martinez was a husband, father, coach, and friend who started his football career in a number 32 Midway Panther jersey.
When you think of a Midway football player, you think of a tough, hard-nosed kid that does everything right on and off the field, and that's who he was.
On February 10th, that person was taken from this earth after dying in a car accident at just 30 years old.
It was just, a few weeks before he passed in the car accident, and so, that kind of hit home because, it was just like, man, I just talked to him.
Every time Martinez was in Waco, he would connect with his former coach.
When he would come through recruiting Central Texas, he would always come by and we talked a little bit about football, and we talked a whole bunch about his little girls.
And Shoemaker head coach Toby Foreman loved nothing more than when he would stop by on his Tarleton recruiting tour.
Our kids respond well to his recruiting style, because he'll sit down with you and it just feels like he's part of the family. He feels like he's on our staff here because of how he connects with our kids.
A feeling he brought everywhere. Whether it was high school days at Midway, in pads at Tarleton, or on the sidelines as the linebackers coach for his alma mater.
At the end of the day, you knew what kind of person he was, and you know where he's at now. You can't question things like this. You just have to move on and hope and understand, try to search for some peace and understanding.
Martinez leaves behind his wife Lacey and 2 young daughters, Estelle and Camilla. He was a girl dad, husband, and football coach all in one. Our thoughts and prayers go out to his family during this difficult time, Chris.
Yeah, huge loss for the community and all of Central Texas, the Tarleton family. It's a really tough one. Nicole, you did a good job on that story. Thank you very much.